Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy, the Real Cal, man. Stepping out here doing some real community stuff, man. We doing this for the people, for our people. You dig?
That we are not, as a community, committed to social justice. We're not committed to racial equity. I know as a community, I've sat at many of y'all tables, and I have watched you use buzzwords so easily, so frequently. I've heard all the books that you've read, but I have not seen you show up and show out. And so when I'm talking to y'all in this crowd too, because I want to address that in a little bit too, about the white folks and your problematic stance that you take for even the ones that do show up. Because I think that that's another important thing too. So, we know that you all follow, you all create the policies, your folks, the institutions that are ran by white folks, that they create the policies and the procedures, and that they don't follow them themselves. We know that many of those policies are rooted in historical oppression and racism because times as some. I feel like as a black woman, when he was brought to our community and hired by the school board, regardless of whether you all felt you all had good intentions, I listened to your words, Dr. Adrian. And people that love and care about people, we don't need trauma-informed and all these trainings to know how to love and care about people. That should be instilled in you by your parents and your community. And so, I started that grieving process, and I want to go plant myself back there. Because ever since that day, and when you said February 13th, that's the day that we start grieving, and that's the day we start putting another one of problems that should be headed up by white people in this community on our backs. That's the day that it start hurting. That's the day that we start receiving calls. And that's the day that I know that black and brown people in this community had to start whispering, because y'all have created this community and this customary silence that you don't ever have to worry about. Oh, me? You've created it because your silence is consent. You're bringing a black man here in front of black and brown students here to run your district and then choosing not to give him due process? That was violence. And so I feel like I want, just even if the people in this room, because I don't want to be focused on the statistics and the number, but I know that for a community with 100,000 people, it only takes a very, very small group to set the tone for how we really want to do things. I'm going to tell every single person up in this room, y'all have some power, y'all have a voice. The things that have given way to us not sticking together and not being able to talk about what's going on is this culture of silence. That's the most violent thing that white supremacy has created that keep us messed up. You whisper at your tables for even the black and brown people who we are successful, or we feel like we have some sort of success. I need you to acknowledge that the only way you should be rising is so that you can turn around and pick the other people up around you. As black and brown folks, I want to acknowledge that white supremacy has taught us this customary code that they think that they live by, but I know white folks that don't live by it, and I've seen across the world as our people are killed, genocide continues to happen, war breaks out everywhere that y'all not living by it, right? And so I just want to let y'all know that y'all have to stick together against every odd and every situation and start to speak up. You may start off being strategic and silent and thought partnership, but when it is time to activate in situations like this, you must come out, you must show up, you must be out of your comfort zone. of black and brown people. Stop letting these folks change your job title every time they get uncomfortable. You get hired into a position, you do your position, right? Follow their policies and procedures for a change. Because every single time a person is uncomfortable, they want to go calling us the black people, or that black mama finna come up in here and talk about our racism. You want to call her angry, or you want to have a black man go run and tell her what she gonna do. We need to do away with what white supremacy culture has taught us. That we're supposed to come in, we're supposed to talk a certain way, we're supposed to look a certain way, we're supposed to act a certain way. We need to stop trying to correct each other too in public with all those things. Won't you focus on helping each other? Because if you focus on that, that's the fucking moment. And it's a real one. But the reason why I do the work that I do, and I do it so passionately, is because I know that, like you said on that talk show, that 400 years, it's more than that, y'all. It's 7% of black people in the state of Wisconsin will make up 41% of the prisons. That's modern day slavery. Dr. Bettina Love said, it's no school to prison pipeline, the schools is the prison. The indoctrination that you are trying to instill upon our folks, or that the system is instilling upon our children, is problematic in itself. So as I started that, and I'm gonna keep going back, I started my grieving on February 13th, but I started another process that day that that brother walked in to our center, and the day that it broke news that he was going to be in this all-white majority leadership district. I started a process of fear that I knew that I had for him. But I seen the light in his eyes, I felt his energy, I felt his transparency. And what I remember was growing up in Chicago around powerful, strong black men, just like Dr. Claude Tillotson. So I started my praying process for him that day, but when I seen Ed Dorff lie to the rest of this community, I had to start my grieving process. From there, we all see what happened. It's the responsibility of us as the 3 resource centers that represent marginalized communities here in Green Bay. With all the existing inequities, we knew automatically that it was our responsibility to go stand up, to go try to see what's happening. The fact that there was so many news people there that first day, that wasn't something that we expected. We expected y'all to be there. We expected y'all to know that something was on anything. So I feel like right there, it showed a divide and it showed a split within this community, whether our liberals and progressive folks would like to talk about it or not. When I turned around, there was Hispanic and Somali young people, elders, teachers of black and brown teachers in the district, and those of our kids. Not one ally, white ally, was there that day. So it tells me that this is a pretty scary community and we got a real far way to go. And so whatever you believe that you've learned by the books, whatever trainings that you have already gotten, whatever needle you think that you've been moving, I'm telling you to cancel it. You need to start over, and that's what today's about. So the question was, what was the timeline? I don't know, white folks. Y'all tell us what went wrong.
Alright, so that's the question that we posed to our folks up here. We'll have to go around. There's Sonny, please go. Please this question. And then after Sonny goes, we'll offer about 3 responses to community members to come up and Sonny, please.
Yeah, I think everything was said rightly. We were there to witness what was going on. We were there to hungry for, information. And we were also, I came from a culture of togetherness and sharing. We were thinking about gathering there, the board would come back and talk to us. So the disrespect I faced was them into each other and voting and then showing us their back. That was the most disrespectful I've ever seen. As a parent of 6 kids, I was expecting that I would be respected. As a leader of a minority community, that is very much under the tip of all the things, including speaking for themselves. I was considering that they would at least have the courtesy to talk to me, but that didn't happen. Then the question is, how can these people who elected by a community represent us? That's the question for you. You know, Robert was having the grievances, but I was having more questions than answers. And I was thinking, how can we today, all of us gathered here, answer that question? How can we at least move the needle to change the representation? Our representative that will at least have the courtesy to talk to their elected, members of the community. That can be able to listen, learn, try to understand what they are going through. We haven't said much. And I think that is beyond, that's why we were asking for come-outs, so that you can listen with us, you can answer these questions with us, you can be able to be part of, answering these questions. And I am sure you have more questions also than answers right now. And I think if we look together, those, we can be more powerful than anyone. I just get that.
Let's do it. I already know. It's gonna press it. I'm cool.
What they did in slavery times, take the biggest and strongest slave and buck him in front of all his other slaves. To show dominance. This what happened. You know what's going on. They know how he's going to do. And the fact of the matter is, on slavery law, it's 65%. 65% of minority is the majority in the school system. You know what I tell you going to do. The school board is going to do. That's why you're on here. You want to tell the schools, right? Allegedly. So we can act like, let's not act like this was a plan to set up. Or what happened or what was. You know what it is. We know they sent somebody down there to report what it was and whatever happened. On her private certification. We talk about in Georgia. I'm from Alabama, so I know you're not. We talk about in Georgia. Where certain passwords and keys that you got not any research those and she opened up the lines. Way over here in Wisconsin, we got a problem about what we talk about your show. You know what it is. Like, it's good people here right now probably watching and understanding, like, okay, well, hold up, this is going to be a problem. I'm going to slap you for this. What? We are. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's necessary.
That's what I'm saying to the side. That's what I'm saying to the side. That's what we're saying to the side. We just want everybody here to understand one thing. Together, each other will achieve more.
Together we can learn. Together we can learn.
Next I have to ask you, as we sit here, we talk through what has taken place, and we all agree that Dr. Tiller was absolutely railroaded. But for me, I'm a little bit of a long-term thinker, so I'm thinking, what is the desired outcome from the group that set Dr. Tiller up? Because he was set up. So we should be scared, shouldn't we? Because we don't know that there's somebody probably handpicked to come and take his place already. But I think the idea was to say, we tried. We brought a black man here, we did that well, we did what we had to do. Let the data make the decision. When we review the video, the data don't justify the decision. If you want to call it a crime, the punishment don't fit the crime. And when you feel the punishment, you don't fit. Dr. Paul tells us to still be here. That's the end of the story. He should still be here making change. And I understand how scary change is and can be, but it is necessary. It has to happen. We can't remain the same. That is insanity to keep doing the same thing over and over and yet expect a different result. We want the right guy here. Why did we bring him on?
We gonna get them back. We gonna get them back.
Say it. I like that. We gonna get him back. She said we go. That takes all of
We.
us. That takes all of us. But the truth of the word is action, right?
Absolutely.
We got to put some things into action. We got to be organized and strategic in our approach, but it has to be about action. I say it again, it has to be about action. Because I guess the other question that's also for the debate is, what do you want to come back after you've been treated this way? That's a fair question, isn't it? But we need another Dr. Tiller, whether it's Dr. Tiller or not. We need another Dr. Tiller.
And Dr. Tiller, and we are gonna get this board together with the community to make this right and make an appropriate offer, and then start the real process of reconciliation. There ain't no other Dr. Tiller. You're not gonna trade down, trade around, and play the game. You're gonna go and get the superintendent that's already on back, and you're gonna love it.
Yep. A public apology. Public.
And to make sure that we allow him to do truly support, and allow him to do what we hired him to do.
I also like to add, I'm a resident, 20-some years, seeing the school system the way it is, I also am a parent of a resident as well. And to see, this is a two-part thing, what Dr. Tiller, because also, he's about to get ready to expose a lot of what's going on within the school system. And correct, with the teachers, need to be learning how to talk with these little kids, you don't know how to teach these kids. I will be the first to say, these are real conversations we need to have. We need to teach the teachers. The teachers need to be receptive to these kids. It's a whole bunch of kids. And I understand that case loads are low, it's high. However it is, we have to pay attention to the kids first. A lot of it is about change. A lot of supervisors that's been in place, cushioning progress for so long, hasn't been going nowhere, and need to be shifted around. And you got to come. The storm is coming, and Dr. Tiller's going to do it in the name of righteousness. Not in the name of greed or money or whatever. He's going to be level and stealing all the way across the board. This is what we need. And time to talk about this thing. We can get this done. We can get this done. We're going to have a real voice in this community because we've been silent for too damn long. We've been silent for too long. Come on now. Come on now. We've been silent for too long. Our white folks, I support y'all. I love y'all building. I love y'all building. But this is a fight. Y'all, we ain't going to be on the front line like Rob said. Be there when they ridiculing us. They put me on the planet pedestal and ridicule me in the name of righteousness. And the shit is over. I stand here proudly. And I just told my man. I told her, all roads will lead back together. And I stand next to you, Robin. Once again, in the name of righteousness, we're going to get this done. We're going to get this done. That's all I got.
All right. We got another community member wanting to respond to what happened where we go wrong. We'll take one or two. One or two. All right. So we got one more community member.
Shirley Trio.
All right.
What it do, man? Cooler. You know I gotta put this on you. You know I gotta put it on Uzi. It's gotta go on the tube. Yep.
Hola, yo me llamo Fanny, soy de la isla y vengo aquí a apoyar a un maestro que lo quiero mucho. Es como mi segundo padre. Doy todo por él para que regrese a nuestra escuela. La vez que pasó esto, me rompió mi alma ver a nuestro amigo llorar. Estuvo mi madre allí apoyándome, no entendía lo que estaba pasando, yo no sabía nada, porque ella me explicó lo que estaba pasando. Ella me dijo que fuera a abrazar a nuestro amigo. Cuando yo supe eso, me dolió mi alma. Fue como que me sacaron algo de mi corazón. Todos los estudiantes que estamos en nuestra isla queremos a nuestro amigo en la escuela. No lo queremos perder y vamos a apoyar por él para que él regrese.
Voy a traducir por Fanny. Dice que ella es una estudiante. Her name is Fanny. She's a student at East High School, which I've gotten to know through this process. She's here today because she's very saddened to hear that Mr. Nico, who is a champion of the students at East High School, she heard that Mr. Nico might be leaving East High School. And she's here today in support of him. She said that her mom was also there with her through this process. And they both attended the community session last week, Saturday, in support of Mr. Nico staying within the district, who was actually there at the Atlanta talk show host with Dr. Adrian. And she just wants to make that message today that she's here in support of him, and it would make her very sad to see him go, because he's been such a champion for the students of color at Green Bay East High School.
Yo aquí no estoy sola. Tenemos dos personas más que es alumna de mi madre y somos líderes para apoyar a nuestro Nico. Vamos a hacer guerra para que nuestro Nico esté en nuestra escuela. Hay muchos niños que lo necesitan, no importa lo que digan la demás gente, lo que pasa. Mr. Nico va a estar en nuestra escuela. Muchos niños lloran por él para que regrese. Esas dos alumnas no son del IS, pero son de mi madre y van a apoyar a nuestro Nico. Somos las líderes de nuestra escuela. Hay muchos alumnos que necesitan.
Come back full circle.
Sin Mr. Nico no somos nada. Él nos da apoyo cuando estamos tarde en las clases o llegamos tempranos en las clases. Él siempre nos da energía para que todos vayamos a nuestra clase. Yo estoy aquí, yo soy de la IS,
Yeah.
y voy a apoyar a mi
Yeah.
amigo, porque él es como un segundo padre para nosotros y vamos a dar guerra para que mi amigo esté
I'm
en
finna go
esta
holler at him.
escuela. No importa lo que digan las demás gente, lo que digan otras personas, nosotros vamos a apoyar a mi amigo, vamos a apoyar a nuestra familia, a madres o a niños de toda escuela, nosotros aquí estamos.
I'm going to translate that quick. She says that she's not here alone. She's here with other student leaders from other schools in the district, and that they're willing to go to war for Mr. Nico.
Wow. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
And that he's been such a champion to them at that school. She said it doesn't matter he's been like a second father to us. And she's speaking for the students of color in this case. So thank you
My name is Tanya Big Mama Westmoreland. I'm the first black female president of an association here in Green Bay. The veterans give me a check. I have been here since 2000. And this is the first time I've actually seen us getting together to make a change. And I've been waiting. I'm on lots of forwards. But they know I say what I mean. That man reminded me of my dad. He wanted the best for all, and he was focusing on the children of color. I'm in a neighborhood where it's predominantly white, but both of them. I stayed here 16 years because no one knew to do with black kids and Americans. I talked to them. I snatched them up.
From one of the news stations.
You know, I could tell them I'm not going to go.
Action 2, I think.
Because we need people that look like them in the neighborhood. We are there for them. Otherwise, they have an idle God. And we don't need that. I know I'm going to get some back. I will give you. You don't know why I came to be there in the first place. I'm not going to be here. But they spend a lot of money.
She said it.
Yeah. Just kept it real.
But the Lord is blessed with all the children in the neighborhood, all the black children in Green Bay, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. All the blacks around and I look out there. I don't care who the child is. Amen. And now you somebody that can put out the car want to watch that baby. And let them know that I'm here for them. And that's what he wanted. Now the mistake was, he was recorded saying what is said of the offenses in the houses, in the whispers, in the parks, in the churches, in the library, in the school, they got to hear themselves.
Bless you. She said I'm Penny Boys, too. That's another plug.
I remember way back when in the 80s, 90s, when Reggie White came here. Some of y'all may not was too young, but when we were not even born. In his books, he said this was racist. He didn't say really white or anything. He said this was a racist community, only because they weren't exposed to us before. So they tried to treat us, and still don't, as of today, 20, 30 years later. did for him with the Green Bay Packers. They bought trucks for him, made trucks for him, and his wife. And they're signature trucks. Mr. Tiller, who has a more important job, made an action plan for the people of that board who look just alike, and everybody that falls down from him. And because of that action plan, because of the people, the children first, but he had to start at the top. That's what they're afraid of. And we speak here, and we speak out there, but we need to vote in here. You see them on the board. Pay attention. Make your voice heard. You think your vote does not count.
That's the campaign we need to start, y'all. Want to do something true? That's the campaign we need to get
Get your children
start getting these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
See this? It started the reverse way. The entertainment shit gonna be that, boss. I swear. Do it this way out. Watch how we all eat.
My body as she spoke so eloquently and passionately about it. Teacher, how many have we had throughout as we was coming up through school? And she's here, still right here, and spoke to. How many of them speak to her?
Hi, my name is Katie Johnson. I want to tell you what we did wrong. I waited too long. I waited too long. I waited too long. The white community waited too long to show up for the vote. As Robin Scott said, as soon as Dr. Tiller was elected, you guys ever seen in soccer when they do penalty kicks? What did the defenders do? They stand right in front of the goalie with their body. And they wait for that ball to come. They don't stand back and hope that nothing's going to happen and say, let's see what happens, it's going to hurt, it hits my face. They get up there and they stand with their entire body, they put their bodies in front of the goal, and they wait. And they act, and they stand. I waited too long. I'm sorry. Miss God gave us an opportunity to begin again today. To my white brothers and sisters, we have an opportunity to begin again today with grace to show up for our neighbors, for our family, for our friends of color. Don't leave here. I don't know if I'm going to explain this to the people here or the people who might be watching. Live streaming on Facebook, and you're white, I need you to listen for just a second.
Talk to them.
What is racism? As was mentioned here before, I'm just going to break it down to you real simply, okay? Racism is the intersection of two things. It's the intersection of power and treatment, maltreatment, okay? So somebody can treat you wrong as a white person, but if that other person doesn't have power in society, it's not racism, okay? So someone can talk to you and tell you and say whatever, but that doesn't mean that they're being racist. Racism is when an individual who has power in society is using that power to treat someone badly, to say something poorly, and that is racism is a piece, thank you, or to ruin their life. People say, you know what, I'm going to hear a lot of white people say this, and I already saw it on Facebook, and it makes me mad. They said, Dr. Tiller resigned. Dr. Tiller resigned. He signed the papers he saw himself on. But let me tell you something. Likely there was a lawyer in the back who said, you have to preserve yourself, right? Right, there was a lawyer who's going to say, you got to preserve yourself. If you are going to have any type of career in the future, sign this paper now and see yourself out. He was doing it for his own safety and self-preservation, right? So, I want to tell you something. That's racism. Okay? That is power People who have power in a community treating somebody poorly with the power that they have and seeing them out. You know what the board could have done? The board could have said, gone back and said, wait a minute. You signed these papers, but I do not accept it. I'm going to give you a minute. You're scared because you got mouths to feed in the future. You got a career that happened in the future. You still have passion in your heart for lives to change in the future. But we need you to wait a minute because we want to see this through. We're not just going to let this pass. We're not just going to let you go. Okay? We need to wait a minute. So, and then Dr. Adrian brought up Dr. Martin Luther King. It's Black History Month. Right. Okay. So Dr. Martin Luther King, a long time ago, wrote a letter from the Birmingham jail, and I just want to read a piece here. Because a lot of people like to think, white people, it's not really my problem. These aren't my kids, right? Actually, I'm gonna be honest. I was signing the petition, and I almost clicked the button that said, keep my name anonymous. It might cost me something, okay? And then I thought to myself, I'm not feeling too good. I don't know if I'm gonna go today. I'm just being real. Because there's a lot of white people who aren't here today, right? What's your excuse? What's your excuse? Your excuse is it doesn't affect you, it doesn't affect your kids. So you have the privilege
Man, look
to
here.
make that decision.
Yep.
You have the choice to make
Yep.
that
Yep. And that's why they sitting their ass at home now.
when all our black and brown brothers and sisters have already been here this whole time. You know, Robin said, it made me so mad at me. She said, when this happened, when Dr. Tiller resigned, I knew it was our responsibility now to pick up the pieces. We're putting more on their back, and we are just letting it happen. It's not a me problem. Good thing I'm white. Good thing I don't gotta worry about it. You know, what is happening here is going to create waves in one way or the other. We are gonna show our children, we are gonna speak loudly, we are speaking so loudly, one way or the other. We have a choice. What are we gonna tell our kids? Are we gonna tell our kids,
You raise your
black
future
men,
racist when you do not stand up for your black and brown community.
Thank
Right
you.
now, you're raising the future of racism and racism when you don't stand up for your black and brown community. The only thing that is going to teach you right now is for you all to help to break those chains that was created by your ancestors. And that's continuing to thrive right here, right now. You are the new folks that are still the ones initiating slavery across the entire state of Wisconsin right now. So that's what I want y'all to know.
Period. So we can choose that. We can call our kids, hey, it's okay. Black men, you don't belong there. Black kids, you don't deserve the education the white kids deserve. Keep your IEPs, stay in SNCA, get suspended, come for just half days. We can't handle you. That's the message we're sending now. Or, let's flip it. Because we got momentum here, okay? We got momentum here. So the other choice that we have is white people, you can start showing up and you can start saying, I don't accept this. This is not fair. Let's change. Let's do something different. We have 65% of the population of our students who are black and brown. Obviously, we need a black superintendent. Obviously, we need Dr. Clutch to live here. Obviously,
When they say you look at the superintendent, they just look at it.
when I show our kids, I can come back
She
from
came
a
all the way from
mistake.
Atlanta.
Okay, that's good. So here's what I'm gonna read you really quick.
It's over with.
I am cognizant of the interrelatedness of communities and states. I cannot sit by idly in Atlanta and not be concerned about what happens in Birmingham. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. White people. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Never again can we afford to live with the narrow, provincial, outside agitator idea. Anyone who lives in the United
somebody
States
hit me, was like,
can
what's
never
going on? I'm
consider
gonna pull up in about 20
outside
minutes.
anywhere
They probably hear it somewhere.
You
Hakeem.
deplore the demonstrations taking place today in Green Bay, but by your statement, I'm sorry to say, fails to express a similar concern for the conditions that brought about these very demonstrations. I am sure that none of you would want to rest content with the superficial kind of social analysis that deals merely with the effects and does not grapple with the underlying causes. I'm going to read that in Spanish. And that's all I got in Spanish. Hola, me llamo Katie. He trabajado en Green Bay hace un poquito por 4 años. Voy a leer una cosa de Martin Luther Jr. I had highlighted it, but now it came unhighlighted. Y lo que es más, soy consciente de la interrelación existente entre todas las comunidades y estados. No puedo permanecer con los brazos cruzados en Atlanta sin sentirme afectado por lo que Birmingham acontece. La injusticia en cualquier parte que se cometa constituye una amenaza para la justicia en todas partes. Nos encontramos cogidos dentro de la So we're going to go from right here, aquí hasta esa parte. Okay, thanks. Su parte.
Nos encontramos cogidos dentro de las ineludibles redes de la reciprocidad, unidos al mismo carro del destino. Y lo que estoy leyendo son palabras de Martin Luther King en un discurso que él dio hace mucho tiempo. Nunca más podremos permitir el lujo de aferrarnos a la idea estrecha provinciana de agitador forastero. Quien quiera que vive dentro de las fronteras de los Estados Unidos tiene derecho a que no se le vuelva a considerar nunca más forastero en el territorio de la nación. Las manifestaciones que ahora tienen lugar en Birmingham, pues nuestra declaración, siento decirlo, hace caso omiso de las condiciones que dieron lugar a estas manifestaciones. Estoy seguro que ninguno de vosotros quiere limitarse a esa clase de análisis social superficial que no se ocupa más de los efectos sin detenerse a aprender las causas subyacentes. Es una pena que las manifestaciones tengan lugar en Birmingham, pero es todavía más lamentable que la estructura del poder blanco de la ciudad no dejase a la comunidad negra otra salir que esta. Entonces, de lo que se trata este discurso es que ya no más podemos dejar que seamos oprimidos, que nos tenemos que levantar y que nosotros no vamos a hacer una segunda. Es importante para nosotros que somos inmigrantes y refugiados en este país.
Thank you, appreciate y'all. All right, we have two more community members, and then I want to pivot back to our last question, to our community leaders to close us off, and then for folks who can stay a little bit later past the top of the hour, we will open up space again for more community feedback and then come to our question. Okay, so we got two more community members, sorry, we're going on.
Hi, I'm Chelsea. I'm Nico's wife. He's in the school district. He's done here for quite some time now. I want to talk about restorative justice that should hopefully happen here. The water is not going to run clear before you put hogs over the creek. Everyone has a voice to vote. Everyone. There's no excuse. This is a clear reflection of don't let it affect you until it's affecting you. And it is affecting so many people here. We have the time to do research. We have a whole community amongst us. And I'm okay to sleep at night because I know what's right, and that's how I sleep at night. So I urge everybody to go do your research, talk to the people around you. And you know what? Thanks, Ed York. Thank you, because you just sparked a huge fury amongst all of us to do what's right. Okay? So do your research, because everything that we said is we're missing these truths. Anybody can do something. But what time is that? Why don't we ask people, what time is that? He went to the school every day. And if there wasn't social media, you could judge him and put that man on a pedestal because of his experiences and what he did with the community. And I hope that he continues to persevere, and hopefully he is allowed back here, and hopefully he's allowed. If he should be allowed. He can resign because he was forced to resign. There was a force. So I don't want to hear people say, oh, I'm feeling really sorry for Dr. Tiller. Are you guys okay? You had the choice to vote, and it came back unanimous.
The truth.
We're going to turn back to Dr. Adrian. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Miriam Yang. I am from the Asian community here in Green Bay.
Let's go.
Because my eyes have been opened. I am a parent in the Green Bay area public school. I am nothing but a mere community member, but my eyes have been opened from day one when I went to Washington Middle School, when we had I guess it was some type of a conversation about the school closing, but it wasn't a conversation about school closing. I heard the Hispanic community members came up, I heard other leaders come up, and what they were talking about resonated with me and my community, that there was diversity issues, translation issues. Now I did not know how to deal with that. I had to settle, and go deeper. My eyes have opened since that moment, because then we had helped I had said, hey, you know what? My community member needs to know about this too. We all live in the same community. If Hispanic communities, they are the ones who helped me realize that, oh my gosh, this is still going on in this world. My eyes have been open over the summer. For 3 straight months, I had asked the leaders in the schools, the board members in the school, hey, my name is Mary. Let's have a chat. Hi, my name is Mary. This is my number. Hey, my name is Mary. This is my availability. Call me. Nothing for 3 straight months. And then in August 28th for the school board meeting, I had called them up. I said, look, I had emailed you guys. I got all my information. Nobody reached back out to me. There was one person at the end, meeting in August, I finally reached back to one of the school board leaders, I'm not going to name them today, has said, oh, well, we'll have to look into how to proceed. What does that mean? I'm a parent of school board, I'm a parent, and you're a school board member. You are somebody and this is somebody I actually voted for too, and I regret it greatly. I regret it greatly at this point, because I was being ignored. They thought I was going to go away, but through the summer, I had communicated with the Asian parents in the community and the students, and we had realized that they are not giving a voice to these kids. We had started bullying and anti-bullying and harassment workshops to build confidence in these kids. But you know what? It's not just these kids. Everybody gets bullied, everybody gets harassed, and this is a situation of our superintendent getting bullied out of the school district. It's really sad. Really sad. But with the diversity issues, it is not just the Asian kids, it's all of our kids. All of our it's actually community awareness because it starts with our individual kids being able to stand up against bullying. It doesn't matter what color you are, it doesn't matter what age you are. You should be able to recognize what different forms of bullying looks like, even microaggressions, and be able to say, stop. Don't do that to somebody else. Stop. Don't do that to me. That's not right. So I'm compelled to speak today because I stand with the social change. And we're starting this small. But you know what? I didn't realize that our community here, we all want the same social change. We all live together as a community. So I'm compelled to speak today on saying, Dr. Taylor, he is somebody that was focused on diversity. And when I listened to the audio, that's all I heard. The racism that he spoke about resonated with me. I was not offended. So, to anybody else that was offended, I'm sorry, that's your opinion. But he spoke words that was true to him, that also resonated with me. Thank you.
With the time that we have, it is what will reinstate Dr. Taylor mean for our community. We also have some flyers that are circulating. A lot of folks talked about what is our plan of action. There is a petition that is active right now. Everyone here should be signing it and getting others in your sphere of influence to sign it. There's a QR code on it, along with a link to access the petition. Share it far and wide. And there's also a school board meeting on Monday. And guess what's on the agenda? Where is our school board member? There's one here, right? All right. Isn't it on the agenda to talk about